Joining us now from Benghazi, our own Ben Wiedemann. Ben, you were out on the front lines with rebel forces outside of Brega earlier in the day. Give us the latest. What's happening out there?
I can tell you they're nowhere near Brega anymore. We were with them this morning, and they came under constant and heavy bombardment by Gadhafi forces, driving them way back to basically about 20 to 25 kilometers to the west of this town, Ashdabia, actually. We're not in Benghazi. And what we saw was that despite the fact that we were hearing from rebel commanders yesterday that Gadhafi forces were running out of ammunition, that they were being worn down by the rebels and by the cutting off of their supplies, that was not the case today. The Gadhafi forces were firing in profusion, mortars, heavy artillery. Their targeting was spot on, hitting right on the road that leads out of Brega to Ashdabia, and really just sending the rebels in a wild stampede toward Ashdabia. Apparently the front lines have now sort of solidified, stabilized to a certain extent, but it spread panic through the city of Ashdabia. Most of the residents have left, and now there's a worry that Ashdabia, which was occupied by Gadhafi's forces last month, will be reoccupied at this rate if the rebels simply cannot hold the line any longer. And of course, everybody's saying, where are the NATO airstrikes? There aren't any. We heard the planes overhead during the day in the area of Brega. We heard them over Ashdabia in the evening, but no sign of airstrikes. Wolf?
Because if Ashdabia goes, Benghazi is not far away from Ashdabia, and the whole fear is that thousands and thousands of civilians in Benghazi could be endangered by Gadhafi's forces. I assume they're very nervous about that right now.
Well, certainly they're much more nervous than they were before. If you recall, last month, Gadhafi's forces made it to the outskirts of Benghazi, and the mood was seriously grim. Then, of course, the NATO airstrikes went into effect. Gadhafi's forces were pushed way back to Ras Lanuf, and there was a feeling like the danger had disappeared, or at least receded. Now it's like we're going through a time warp back where we were before weeks ago. And of course, people are increasingly nervous and angry at NATO. I mean, this evening, Abdel Fattah Yunus, the senior military officer of the Libyan opposition, came out and harshly criticized NATO. He said that they're giving them precise and almost hourly intelligence on where Gadhafi's forces are, but NATO is just not hitting it. In fact, when I was at the front lines today, I spoke with one rebel commander who said that before we put our faith in God and we were winning. Now we put our faith in NATO and we're losing.